welcome to the Autism Addict channel. You are live on the spectrum. Today we're cruising around the park with animals. Beautiful day, nice and still, nice and quiet. Really powerful day to be in nature. Everything's quiet, it's lovely. Hear the birds in the background, frogs. It's good to hear frogs. You know there's some healthiness going on when you hear the frogs. So yeah, be free. It's a mindset. So really got some thoughts about that because I see people wandering around talking about being free, freedom, all this kind of stuff, and mostly they all seem stuck in the same male-dominated. I mean, they say it's a patriarchal system, but really, I mean, look at it. It's like a giant Ponzi scheme. What else needs endless growth? Nothing. Because, you know, if we're all chilling, then don't need a Ponzi scheme because there should be enough, and enough is what we need. But yeah, so people talking about freedom, you know, I mean, what does that mean to you? I mean, wouldn't it be great where we don't have a corporate reality where effectively everyone is a slave to capitalism? I mean, that's not freedom. It's like America worked out how to replace slavery with indentured servitude without it looking like indentured servitude. It's really quite impressive, really. I know it's just the rantings of an the alphabet man. I'm the alphabet man. All the letters apply to me. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, you know, people say, oh, I'm free. You're free to what? You're free to buy things at the shop? I mean, if we want to talk about freedom, there's only three things that you need as a human, in this order: shelter, water, and food. Without those things, you'll perish. You last about 3 days without water, you last about 3 weeks without food, you last about 3 hours without shelter outside, just, you know, completely exposed to the environment. So the rule of three goes, and they're not my rules. They was made up by smart people. And so yeah, I mean, if you break it down to that, if that's all you really need, then what's all this other stuff for? You know, we do all this work basically so that we can make and produce more stuff and build the infrastructure and look after the people that are, you know, breeding the whole time. Well, it's not very smart, is it? It's just not smart. Something cool, yo, buddy, how you doing? Shout out. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Smash the likey like. If you smash the like button, I will keep doing the podcast. Well, it's not really a podcast, is it? It's more like a vlog. It's a vlog, you know, because we like to categorize everything. It's art, baby. Oh, there's a big thing on the grass up here that looks a lot like, is that a snake? Oh, that'd be exciting. Let's see, maybe it's a snake. See that thing here that we're approaching? No, it's not a snake. It's a scarf. It's the scarf of glory. In fact, it's a Fremantle Dockers scarf. Not a snake. It was doing a very good impression of a snake. Oh, look, it's got little badges on it too. Oh, someone's... Oh, what do we do? Let's put that I'll put that up here on the little Peggy McPeg, and maybe someone will come back and try and find that and they'll pick it up. Hey guys, something good, let me know where you're from, let me know where you're watching from, and we'll shout you out. We'll say good day. This is the scene, as it were. We're just down in WA, Western Australia, Perth, coming to you live on the Spectrum. And today, live on the Spectrum, we're discussing the topic of freedom and what that means. It's an illusion. You're already free. You're born free. You did not sign a social contract when you were born. That's a crock of shit, I realised the other day, social contract. So legally, you can't sign a contract until you're 18, right? So any kind of social contract that they said that you signed when you were born is horse garbage. John Boy, the Opal King. Oh, wow. John, are you tuning in from Coober Pedy there, mate? Opals, wow. That's interesting. Rocks. Immediately, John, tell me you're on the spectrum without telling me you're on the spectrum. Actually, the Perth Lapidary Club, the Club of Rocks, is having an annual exposition, I guess you would say exposition. So this is quite nice here. They've just taken all the grass out to make this nice mulched area, which if it was a forest what would be there anyway. So that's kind of cool. Coober Pedy, Australia. Yeah, man. I've been to Coober Pedy, mate. That's amazing, John. Oh, thank you so much. So, John, question. Given that rocks are like a completely kind of autistic ADHD kind of thing, how many people would you say in Coober Pedy do you think, just like, you know, rough idea from wandering around, would you say are on the spectrum? There you go. There's an interesting question. We tackle the big questions here on Live with the Spectrum. So John is probably like one of the freest living people, because over there you mine your opal and then you sell it, and that's what you're living off, really. You know, it's I used to be a busker, John, and it's a lot like that. You know, the money would come in the hat, but you had to do something to make that happen. Whereas, you know, I mean, you've got to dig, but I see a parallel that's kind of cool. 80%, wow. That's incredible. Tristan, how you doing, buddy? 80%. That's mad. It only just occurred to me too because of like the rocks and like, yeah, like I only became aware that rocks were like an autistic thing because I was late diagnosed. So I've only been diagnosed about 5 years and I'm still learning about stuff. 80%, wow. Oh, man. John, I mean, hit the subscribe button, mate. Stay in touch, because maybe we'll do a documentary. We'll come out to Coober Pedy and we'll, you know, that would be mind-blowing, because there's like the colour, the spectrum of colours in the opal, the connection with like people's special interests being rocks and stuff. Hey, Poppy. That's mad. That's blowing my mind. Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That's wild. That's truly an amazing moment. Yeah. It's like the patterns. You start like once you have a few data points, you start to see patterns, and you go, oh, like seriously. I've watched movies, and I'm like, there's no way this movie wasn't made by people on the spectrum, and most of the cast are on the spectrum, because it's just like, I understand everything perfectly. you know, and the layers are very well thought through. Yeah, it's mad, man. It's totally mad. It's totally mad. Totally mad. So, wow, I'm sorry, that's totally blown my mind. Wow. I mean, you know, that's not to say, you know, we'd have to do an actual sort of experiment to find out, but what I'm trusting, John, is that your pattern recognition, because you'd just see it and you'd be like, most of these people are kind of the same kind of people. Super interesting. Wild. Wow. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to head out to Coober Pedy when we're a bit more organised. We're just making a documentary at the moment. A friend of mine is does sound healing, I guess he would say, but it's more like, I would call it more like sound architecture for the mind, really. It's really, yeah, it really does something to the mind. So that's kind of super interesting. Right, I'm just going to divert a little bit because we've had trouble with uplink connection. Still got a good 5G signal. So if you've just tuned in, we've just found out that not only are rocks a special interest, but there's a whole town in South Australia called Coober Pedy where people mine opal, and according to our local reporter on the ground, his observation would suggest there is a large percentage of neurodivergent people in Coober Pedy. So shout out Coober Pedy. That's wild. That's awesome. We love that. I hope maybe I'm going to have to come and see. Wow. And a lot of people there live in caves. So when you're digging into the rock, you make caves because of the way the opal's found and everything. So I went there as a tourist once, John. I hope I'm not talking out of turn. So they got like caves there. I'll just give you a bit of a look at the paddock. No kids, no people, nobody, nothing, just dogs. We're going in a single file so that the enemy can't track us. Well, we were. So in Coober Pedy, what you've got is, because it's so hot, it's right out there on the edge of the Simpson Desert, I think. There'll be an Aboriginal name for that. I'm really sorry to not know those. I should. I've noticed a lot of people on the radio are starting to call places just by their Indigenous names, and I kind of like that, you know. Because they would have welcomed us here to share everything. Anyway, corporate raiders. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. So in the rocks, they dig out looking for the opal, and then they end up with these quite sort of rooms, I guess, or caves. Some people have made them bigger, and so they're full like houses underground, like hobbit houses, I guess, in a way, but they're all kind of sort of like built into the rock and stuff. And you have to be very careful. There were signs, I distinctly remember signs saying being careful about walking off the paths and tracks, because there's lots and lots of like shafts, people digging to look for stuff. Oh, wow. That's awesome. John Boy, the Opal King, lovely to have you with us, bringing us, wow, that, bit of an info dump there. But yeah, Coober Pedy's quite famous if you're into minerals and that kind of thing. Really incredible, absolutely amazing. So So here we are, we've come back up to the skate park. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that I have been practicing on the skate park. So this morning I've been doing some jumps here up to try and practice like 360s and stuff. Because believe it or not, this gap here, even though it's sort of only leg width apart, it's quite terrifying when you're on rollerblades thinking about jumping it and landing because of consequences. Garden, someone's tidied it up a little bit. Young lad passed away, keen skater. Yeah, sad, man, but you know, make the most of your time. Hey, come here you lot. Come on, we go this way. So the dogs will wanna, we've been around both areas of the park. They're gonna wanna hang out down here at the skate park now. But yeah, if you've only just tuned in, this is Autism Addict live on the spectrum. And if you're on the spectrum, we're happy to have you. And if you're not on the spectrum, we're happy to have you. Trying to bring some light and positivity into the world. And normally I'm making music, electronic beats, guitar, vocals, kind of improvised stuff, I guess. Looking for the sound of the underground. So yeah. And apart from that, we do these live on the spectrums, and it's basically, I was calling it gathering spoons because it is like recharging, being in nature, feet on the ground, touching trees. It's all really good. And you know, there's, you know, things out here you can sort of play around on and oopsie, get your feet in the air. And I know not everybody watching potentially is of sound body, you know. It is kind of a, I guess, if you want to look at a deficit model, it is let's call it not a it's an ability channel, you know. Hey, lovely my dogs, shout out, how are you? Good to see you here. Yeah, so I've just realised I haven't been doing as much exercise as I needed to do because I had injuries. If you look back at some of the other videos, I had it wasn't ended up a broken arm, it was a sprained wrist from falling over. And yeah, I'm just realising that maintenance, like I have to do stuff every day. So I really feel for people that aren't able to move. Because I know how I feel when I'm unable to move, and it's just the sensation in my body and the way it makes me feel is really quite horrible. So yes, compassion for all people here. If you're struggling, if you're not struggling, if you know, going to try and be, you know, they say authenticity. I don't know really what that is, because I've realised. So yeah, here's the thing. I realised I've been masking my whole life. My whole personality was a mask. And music's helping me to rediscover my personality. Oh, yeah, flutes, that's right. How did that go? Oh, lovely. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You were just gearing up for that. So lovely my dogs. Last time we were doing a stream, a couple of streams ago, they were getting ready to do a concert, a flute concert. Oh, look at that. Get the sun behind me. Get the hair flare going on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like a rock and roll look that you can only get with a really strong light or the sun. Gotta love that. Oh yeah, we get a bit arty with the oh, yeah, get the sun behind the head there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at the glow. The glow up is here. Flute concert went great. How did you get? A lot of people? A lot of people come down and check it out. Oh, I just got a new instrument, a sampler, and I'm just starting. Oh, I can't believe how I lived without a sampler. I think I specifically bought stuff without a sampler so I could, have that experience of making the music myself. And now I've got it to a point where I can just make music like improv on the fly. So I worked out a set and I can play. I mean, you be the judge. Go and check out the old live streams and stuff. You'll sort of see there's some mistakes in there, but cranking out an hour's worth of dance music, and I was grooving to it. It sounds all right to me. So anyone wants to go check that out, have a look. Hello, puppies. Oh, the dog's going and saying hello to everyone. Come, pup. Come on, pup. People walking around the park. It's very interesting. Oh, gorgeous German Shepherd came past. There's a mum over there with her kids on the skate park. I love it, It's great. The other night there were some guys down here that were quite good, doing flips and tricks and stuff. But yeah. Oh. My whole pelvis is sort of, Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at some passion going on in the car park. Separate cars, meeting in the park at 3 o'clock. Interesting, just came wandering back from over there. And the only thing that's over there is houses. Suspicions on the film. Superstition ain't the one. Well, I don't know, but my spidey senses tell me that was a secret rendezvous in the park. We'll park our cars on the other side of the park. We'll walk back to my house so it doesn't look like anyone's there. Who knows? Maybe they were doing the nasty. Anyway. Sorry to be juvenile. I don't know. I just see patterns, man. I see them. Don't shoot me. I see them, and it's like, I see them and I say them. I've been thinking maybe about doing like a podcast, like not a Dear John or Dear Blake podcast, or a, advice column, the old advice column. I used to like that concept. Maybe we can I mean, they do it, don't they? They do it. Everything's already been thought of. And I was watching Frank Zappa today, and you know what? Feeding the algorithm is great and everything, and it does provide you with a way to for a lot of people to earn an income and all that stuff, but really we're still prisoners of the Borg for more income, really. It's all about income, money, I've got to make money. Oh my God, how did we get here, people? How did we get here? Someone came along with trinkets and said, oh, I'll give you that for some land, and we were all screwed. Oh, predators preying on the economy and stuff. I don't know, like it's a common theme. I'm seeing it everywhere. Apart from the mad propaganda that's funded by oil billionaires and, the protected PDFs in the, that own everything and run everything because Epstein files. But, let's be honest. Let's be real. I just want to, I know everybody knows that it's almost impossible to be sustainable. How do we get from where we are to being sustainable on this planet, right? Seems like a big problem, but it's about need and greed. You know, you go, well, what do I actually need? I need shelter, I need food and water, right? Mostly that's all over the place. The food part is the hard part because, you know, let's face it, humans don't scale, man. That's my, I want to make some stickers. That's going to be a sticker that I make. Humans don't scale. What's this button do? Uh-oh, I'm going to do something and it's just, a 49-second short was uploaded to your channel as unlisted. There you go. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, we got the green screen. Oh, that's kind of cool. Look, I can put stuff in behind me. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, what do we want? Let's go like, oh, here we are, by the lake. Blake by the lake. Blake by the lake. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't mind the green screen. All right, never done that before. Let's turn it off. Wow. And we're back in real life. Oh, so yeah, nice to see you all. I'm super excited. I found out about Coober Pedy. I realised something about Coober Pedy that I never realised before, to do with rocks and very common special interest for people on the spectrum, as I guess as everybody kind of knows. But yeah, super interesting. Right, well, we've done some exercise and walked the animals. Let's go and see if we can make some music. So I'm going to sign off and go and learn to use the sampler that I just got hold of. And we might actually just I might do that and I'll live stream that session, playing around on the sampler. I've just got I might just live stream the whole thing actually. I've got to plug some more stuff in, so it might be interesting for people to see how that all goes together. The mixer and all the different bits and pieces. If you're a gear junkie or you're interested in electronic music, come check it out. My little system that I put together to be able to play live. And there's also, I've added a sampler to that, which is capable of making music all on its own, just within its little keyboard setup. So I needed a MIDI controller keyboard, and I wanted something I could also play sounds with, like a synth, and I needed kind of a sampler, and now it's everything in one box. So yeah, pretty stoked, and it was on sale because it's an old model and it's the end of the financial year. The financial year, yes. When we all look back at our finances and we go, oh, the stock market's booming. That must mean rich people are making a lot of money. Wonderful. Yes. Well, you know, I'm not jealous, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, how do you have all that stuff and houses, and it's just too much. I don't know, how do you think about it? You can't. It's just all too much. Too much stuff. Anyway. And you know what? I tried it. I bought a boat, $500, little dinghy with the sail, and yeah. Just costs you money and you hardly use it, really. It's bizarre. Anyway, all right, well, peace out. Saying bye-bye from the Careen Skate Park, hanging out with the animals. They're doing, Matilda's harassing Leon. It was lovely to have you all here. Please hit the like button. We'd love it if you subscribe. It helps, tell the algorithm, because this channel, it's never going to be huge, and that was never its idea. I wanted to make a sustainable ecosystem where I can keep my art and talk about being creative and talk about my journey, learning who I am without the mask. So you're watching, live, unmasking in real time, baby. Yeah, brought to you by Autism Addict. I don't know. I love having a brand. I love it. You know, you gotta have a brand. And a friend of mine just passed recently. Amazing artist. He was an anarchist. He was one of the people that taught me that it's possible, and not only possible but beneficial, to live your own way. Find the cracks in the system and occupy them like a weed, and eventually it breaks the system, softens the system, turns the system. We need to make the system work for us, people. We need to make it work for us. Too long, the people that own the system have made it work for them, and everybody's losing out. Peace out. Long live the revolution. Autism Addict signing off. Talk to you next time.